Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. In the last episode we more or less finished the stuff that we need to do on the map. So we're just trying to trigger the companion quests, and we managed to trigger Silas. So now we're heading out to the wedding of Elan and Kiana. It shouldn't be too far outside of Dresden. There we go, Wedding Meadow. A good rest will remove the fatigued and exhausted conditions. Well, gee. Commander, Sela, you're here. Elan is trying so desperately to hide his excitement, it's almost comical. Welcome! I'm a little confused. Where are the musicians? The crowd of drunken guests? The last wedding I went to, we got the priest drunk off his face. Oh, please, don't try to do that here. Already had enough trouble. Kiana worships Desna. Iomade. In the end, we invited a priestess of Abadar to conduct the ceremony so that no one would be offended. Congratulations, but where is the bride? Let me tell you everything. Before the official ceremony, all the guests are enjoying themselves at two venues. The one on the right has been organized by my Houndhearts, the one on the left by Kiana's friends. Each venue has its own theme, but I won't tell you which is which. It will be more fun to see for yourselves. Both venues have food and drinks and a little contest where you can win prizes. Kiana is greeting guests at her venue, and I'm leaving for mine now. I have a special role to play there. Enjoy, Commander. There is still time before the beginning of the ceremony. Sela, thank you for coming too. Okay, so this looks like Kiana's side. A slender young woman in a flowing dress walks toward you. The first thing you notice is her eyes. They are a striking blue-green. Welcome, travelers, to the secret-steeped land of Ustalav. You have come to the kingdom of grim mysteries and exquisite secrets. I, the vampire princess, am delighted to see you in my castle. After a pause, the girl smiles coyly. I'm glad to finally meet you, Commander. Sela, I am Kiana, soon to be the wife of that unfortunate knight who invited you here. Sela rolls her eyes. Horrible. Imagine walking through the Worldwound, then bam, you're in Ustalav. I'm not even sure if a paladin is allowed to feast with a vampire princess. It's lucky you're not a follower of Pharasma, valiant Sela. Arzino, the Dresden priestess of Abadar, is a short distance away from the happy bride. Although, I'll admit, I'm not used to feasting with the undead either. Oh, stop it. My friends and I are completely harmless vampires. We won't bite. The truth be told, we chose the theme of Ustalav because it lets us wear beautiful dresses, light candles, and drink red wine all evening pretending that it's blood. I personally can't think of a better way to celebrate my wedding. So you mean it's an undead holiday? Commendable, commendable. This tradition should be adopted throughout Mendev. Oh, what a bold idea, Knight Commander. Welcome. Enjoy the festivities. Trickery?
This is my kind of work.
The skeleton has a slight sheen to it. Judging by the texture, it's made of marzipan. Not sure what the game or whatever it is on this side is supposed to be.
Something here.
Why am I getting... I did find something, but I have no idea what. It did point to saying that it was loot here, but... I'm really not sure. Wait. According to the map, there is something around that table. But I sure as heck can't see what it is. No, I have no idea. I can clearly see.
Rely on me.
No, it might be a bug, it might be that it's underneath the table. I have no clue.
Lead on.
Let's try this side then. A Fae steps into your path. You suppose he must be a hound heart, but his knight's armor is mixed with gaudy items and there are fake wings fastened to his back. Vault travelers, you are stepping into the wonderful land, the charmed land, the most perfect land ever created by the gods, the first world, and I am its guard, the beautiful Fae Gate Mistress. But before you enter, answer my question. What is the key that opens every gate? Tentacles. Will someone explain to me why every 10th Crusader in Mendev gives tentacles as their answer? Fine, we'll let this mystery remain a mystery. Now you may enter and learn the mysteries of the past and fight for the treasure of our Fae ruler. The Fae points to the middle of the tent, where seated on a throne is none other than Elan. His head is crowned with fake horns, a green cape sweeps over his shoulders, and his torso is proudly bare. Treasure? Well, well, well. What'll they give us? Where do I sign up? I'm ready. Is Elan pretending to be the Wild Hunt monarch? He is the monarch, the true ruler of the magical land of the First World. The Fae lowers his voice. Pride is particularly taken with the costume. Fae, what is this tiara you're wearing? It is so beautiful and exquisitely crafted. This is the tiara of beautiful Fae. To tell you the truth, I borrowed it from my sister as a prop. It was a gift from some admirer of hers. It's gone off him now and doesn't wear it anymore, but I believe it's the work of Sunhammer himself. I think it's not a real Fae tiara. Real Fae tiaras can make strange things happen. You put one on and donkey ears might grow out of your head. Sela grumbles. What is the Fae ruler's treasure? It is a priceless artifact which our monarch has owned since the dawn of time. It looks exactly like an ordinary broom, but don't be fooled into thinking we Fae simply fail to find any good props. So, the artifact? The monarch used to own it, but then a treacherous predator, the most fearsome of any who live in the forest of the First World, sneaked into the treasury and stole it. This predator lives in a secret lair, which is conveniently located in this area. Everyone who makes it through the enchanted wilds of the First World and reaches the beast's lair will get a reward. Ah, damn. Old-timer Sela hasn't played games like this since her thieving days. Got to accept the challenge, Caledon. You want to take part in the treasure hunt? Alright, then I'll repeat the rules. You need to search our corner of the First World and find our amazing broom-shaped artifact. But first you need to answer a few riddles, you'll see, and come face to face with a dangerous predator, and then you'll get the reward.
I'll I'll go ahead.
Something up there. I don't think color spray will do much harm to me. Oh, it did. And here's the beast. Oh, hello, adventurer. That is very loud. That. You must be looking for the artifact that was stolen from the Wild Hunt, Monarch. I am the beast who crept in and snatched the artifact. I've taken steps to prevent the stolen property from being returned to its rightful owner. Namely, I placed the true artifact among several fakes. You will never guess which is the real one. The beast points at a few identical brooms. Are you the predator? The most formidable beast in the forest of the First World? Actually, I'm a lawyer from Nerosian and a friend of Elan. The predator makes a helpless gesture. But when they were giving out rolls for the celebration, guess who was appointed the magical beast? They said I was the hairiest fellow in the party. It's alright, I have my own wedding coming up. I'll even the score then. What will happen if I choose one of the fake artifacts? According to the rules, you are supposed to turn to stone if you take the wrong broom. I mean artifact. But to be honest, I'm willing to help you out. I actually forgot which one I marked as the right one. So I can just take the broom and go? It was supposed to be a battle with the predator, but I'm not drunk enough for that yet. So just take any broom and go. Don't forget to give it to Elan. The Monarch will give you a reward for returning the artifact. Back up. Elan is trying very hard to maintain his aloof demeanor, but he can't help breaking into a smile every few moments. Mortals, you have returned my artifact and I shall reward you forthwith. We Fey monarchs are noble beings and not evil at all. Color me surprised, friend. I never thought I'd see our straight-laced Sir Elan come to his own wedding dressed up as a Fey princeling. I'm begging you, no jokes about the horns, please. I don't want to be remembered as the cuckold bridegroom. Elan sighs, but then starts smiling again. I don't know if you've ever fallen in love, Sela. I don't remember you ever talking about it, but when it happens you are no longer who you once were. I suppose I didn't expect this of myself either, but Kiana was so desperate to have an unusual wedding. I thought to myself, if unusual is the goal, then I should do something I've never done before. Your future wife has you wrapped around her little finger already. Thanks for your concern, Commander. I hope you won't be offended if I ignore it. And now, if you'd please, I'd like to return to my role. Please continue enjoying the festivities. Probably fake Shaika. You see a broad-shouldered dwarf woman wearing a hood. The outline of her form is constantly trembling and shifting, probably because of a spell of some sort. Greetings, traveller. We are Shaika the Mani, the rulers of time, piercing through all epochs. We know all the secrets of the past and the present. We can reveal your destiny to you through this fortune cookie. The woman points at the box beside her. The note in the cookie says, "Don't believe in the solitary life. There is always someone who can't take their eyes off you. You'll have an amazing journey, new friends, and many unexpected discoveries. Don't ignore the whispers of fate. If one door closes, another is sure to open. If you can't do it, you can always start again from the beginning." Yes. Can't be the real Shaika, right? The woman winks but says nothing.
I know the way.
Well, I think we found the things that we should find. The rings of the future husband and wife, the one brought by Kiana and the one given to Sela by Elan.
Follow my lead.
Well, we will need to speak to Arsino, but I'll do that. Knight Commander, how can I help? I don't mind spending the time before the ritual with you. Sure, I'm a boring companion, and there are plenty of entertaining activities around. I've already seen enough of the entertainments. Your company is most welcome, Knight Commander. I don't know how long we'll have to wait, so my buffs might have disappeared. I'll let you guys read these yourselves, myself, because some of them disappear before I finish them.
Hello, everyone. Hey, I need some advice. What should I say? Giving speeches really isn't my thing.
Talk seriously about important matters. You are giving a speech to mark a new stage in Elan and Kiana's life.
Like I have any serious advice to give. Fine, I'll try. Elan and Kiana, this is a whole new chapter in your life. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart, but I also want to say, it's good that you found each other and that we've all gathered together here in such dark times. Sorry for raising a grim subject on this happy occasion, but the forces of the Abyss don't just want to kill and destroy. They want to wipe out all the joy in the world. But as long as we love one another, make friends, and have fun, they will not win. That's what we're fighting for, isn't it? For weddings, fun, and laughter. Even in the cursed lands of the Worldwound. Even after 100 years of war.
For you, perhaps, but I have other concerns.
Sorry, I wanted you to look at this wedding and see how your efforts are changing the world. How things are getting better. The demons and their filth leave, and in the place where they were so recently ruled, cities have reappeared, and people are getting married. Doesn't that make you happy? But fine, let's watch the ceremony. I think everyone's waiting.
Arsino casts a solemn look over the gathered crowd. Her eyes are glistening, either from emotions or the vampire wine. Welcome, honored guests, to the wedding of Elan and Kiana. Today, I am delighted to play my part in the beginning of something so special. The beginning of a new happy family. When something as strong as your love for one another is born from the chaos of life, all the gods of order triumph. Sela is listening to the priestess with a broad smile on her face. Before we begin the most important part of the ceremony, I ask all the guests to put something in this cup that they think will serve the newlyweds well in their new chapter. Ah, I've heard about this custom. It's called the Cup of Wishes. People put nice little things symbolizing wishes, for example a coin for wealth, a toy for the birth of a child, and so on. I'll put in a coin. Or the marzipan bone, or a sweet life. The guests put their gifts into the cup one by one. A luxurious shimmering tiara, a flashy ring. Kiana's friend even takes the bejeweled collar from around her dog's neck and puts it into the cup. That was probably what I discovered. Dog's neck. Necklace. Ah, friends, but these gifts are too expensive. The keeper of the macabre menagerie smiles to Kiana, showing her fake fangs. Don't even think about refusing. They come with the best of wishes. More closely at the cup of gifts. Each piece of jewelry was innocuous enough on its own, but now that they have all been gathered together, your suspicions have been raised. Their magical auras are too strong and varied to belong to mundane trinkets possessing only enough magic to adjust their size to the wearer. Sela, the jewelry, there is something wrong with it. I had this feeling that something was wrong. It's the jewelry, right? They were all made by Master Sunhammer, weren't they? And he also made the ring that... The gifts have been given. Let us praise the gods. In the name of Abadar, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may exchange rings and join your lips in a kiss. Elan, Kiana, stop, it's dangerous. You ruined everything, mortal.
Let's have some fun.
This is an interesting wedding party.
Make every strike count.
Time to share your treasures.
Yeah, that seems fine. Can you get rid of that one, Elan?
The inheritors, guide my blade!
Abyssal Huntress, eh?
Solid plan.
For some reason I can't attack whatever it is that's lying here. Because everything is in the way. No, wait, that's going to reincarnate.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Cover me, all right?
I will see to your demise.
Arsino leans over Curl's body, whispering the words of some prayer or spell. Then she looks up. Her eyes are full of terror. Commander, I must inform you. We've fallen victim to a demonic plot, but I don't understand. How? Why? You know what? I might have been able to gather that one based on the guests. Priestess, you need to focus. You know what happened here or not? Yes. Yes, I think so. You all know what possession is, yes? Where a demon can take over the body of a mortal? Well, there is a more cunning version of this process. When the demon possesses the body, the poor victim's soul is transferred into a special vessel. A vessel for souls. The item most commonly used for this purpose is a gemstone. How did the demons get here? The Sword of Valor was supposed to keep them away. They didn't get here. They've been here all along, inside the jewelry. And now I realize these vessels are enchanted to ensure no one sees them for what they truly are. That is why we didn't notice the demon's presence until the very last moment. No one did. Sela swears. This happened because of some sparkly rocks? Wait, that means... Yes, it's all because of the sparkly rocks. I think the more expensive pieces housed more powerful demons. Their maker likely had to use more costly materials for the enchantments on those pieces to mask the demon's presence, and he didn't want his atrocities to leave him out of pocket. Let me get this straight. He paid this scumbag a small fortune so he could just go and set a disgusting demon on us? What a crock! All the jewelry was made by the same person, Darek Sunhammer, right? That I do not know. Well, I do. I can smell it. All this shit came right from the same sewer. Did you say possession? So Curl was possessed by a demon that day back at the Houndheart's camp. This young boy's body is still alive, but his soul is gone. Arsino moves her hand from pointing at Curl to gesture to the other people lying motionless around her, as are the souls of the other guests, even the poor dogs. Their bodies have been possessed by demons for some time already, and their souls have been transferred into the jewelry. The demon behind this plot stole the cup, taking all the souls with him. Until the jewelry is found and destroyed, we have no hope of saving these poor people. Elan and Kiana are clutching each other's hands. The young woman speaks first. Can't leave it like this. Our friends need our help. Wish I knew if this tragedy could have been prevented. Don't blame yourself. Demons are famous for their guile for a reason. They use our better sentiments against us. I not blame myself when all this crap is happening around us, and even with her new divine power, Sela the Dimwit can't do anything about it. What can we do, Commander? If demons have kidnapped the souls trapped in the jewelry, we must stop them. I know what we have to do. We need to get back to Dresden now. The first ring that possessed Curl and the second ring I was stupid enough to give you, they both come from the same place, the shops owned by Darek Sunhammer. I have to get back to Dresden and pay a visit to the Master Jeweler. Elan, are you with us? No, we'll stay here and make sure the bodies whose souls were stolen are returned safely to Dresden. We can't leave them unprotected. If we find the lost souls, we'll be able to bring all the demon's victims back to life. Turns to Kiana. This will be a strange and sorrowful start to our married life, but we must. I married a crusader, not a city baker. We were never going to have a peaceful life, but we'll get through it together. A physical form +4, that's nice. Back to Dresden it is. We'll just walk back there. I doubt that Darek Sunhammer is still around, but Sela is standing with her weapon drawn, her eyes ablaze. Have you seen the bodies in the streets? I'd bet anything this is the doing of our jeweler. Let's go to his shop quickly if you're ready. Yes, let's go, quickly. Damn it. Damn demons. Commander, Sela, praise Abadar you're alive. The usually dignified Arsino struggles to catch her breath after running, and she says, nervously clenching her hands, I have received news from other temples of Abadar, most disturbing news. What we saw at Elan's and Kiana's wedding has been happening across Mendev. People who bought Darek Sunhammer's jewelry have been dropping to the ground, lifeless, with demons emerging from their bodies. The damage done is hard to measure. Demons appeared in 100 locations, and many of them immediately used the turmoil to commit atrocities, killing, stealing, wreaking wanton destruction. But some were quickly dealt with, cursed jewelry taken from them and the imprisoned souls freed, but most of the demons fled, taking the jewelry containing the souls of their poor victims with them. Darek Sunhammer himself escaped too. The Inquisition of the Church of Iomide is searching for him, but they have no leads as of yet. The Church of Abadar is doing whatever it can. However, we also suffered losses among both our congregation and our clergy. Arsino shakes her head sadly. Such a devious plot, and how skillfully it was executed. As Arsino speaks, Sila's face grows more and more grim, and her hands clench anxiously around her weapon. I saw that scumbag right here. I even talked to him. I didn't suspect a thing. I often get a sickening feeling from traders. They are nasty pieces of work, the way they rip people off. I got that same feeling from him, but I didn't even think of looking closer. What did Sunhammer want to achieve by doing this? It's not clear, but he's been the most famous jeweler in Mendev for several years now. He counted many influential personages or their relatives among his clients. Nobility, generals, priests, merchants. They were children, or their children, or their loved ones are now only lifeless bodies. Their souls stolen away and hidden who knows where. The possibilities for blackmail and sowing blind panic are limitless. I suppose the Inquisition and the Mendevian authorities will try to keep the situation under control, but it is still extremely dangerous. So all his jewelry came with a hidden surprise? Not all of it. The Inquisition combed through everything. Most of what was sold in Sunhammer's shops was perfectly ordinary. The demon jewelry was sold to a select few and always by Sunhammer directly, not through his golems. It's clear that he targeted his victims deliberately. How did no one notice anything? Magic, Knight Commander, and highly sophisticated magic at that. The jewelry items were well protected and no one detected the demons hiding in them. If we assume that Darek Sunhammer not only made the jewelry but also charmed the items, we must conclude that he is an incredibly powerful and skilled spellcaster. What will happen to the victims of this attack? Several large churches in Mendev have taken the victims into their care. The priests will keep their bodies alive and well, but unless the jewelry is found and their souls returned, all these efforts will be for nothing. I see. That's all I can tell you. I hope I've been helpful. If it is within your power, help track down Sunhammer and the Stolen Souls, Commander. This chaos must be stopped. Arsino bows down to you and leaves. Sela sheathes her weapon angrily and sucks in a breath through her teeth. Then she seems to steady herself and looks at you, her eyes bright. Well, what do you know? Looks like we got ourselves tangled up in some demonic conspiracy. I'm so glad you came to the wedding with me and that we managed to find out what happened, because otherwise, Sela the Dimwit would have come alone, given the bride a ring with a surprise demon inside, and would have failed miserably when she tried to help. Hey, stop blaming yourself. We handle it in the end, that's what matters. How can I not blame myself? It's my favourite thing to do. Fine, it's good we saved someone at least. Grim determination burns in Sela's eyes. I can't leave it like this. If anyone has an obligation to find that low-life Sunhammer and return all the stolen souls, it's me. I'll do everything in my power to find him. Something tells me that the demon-collaborating scumbag is somewhere here in the Worldwound. I'll seek help from every quarter. I'll interrogate imprisoned demons and cultists, whatever it takes to get to the truth. Sure if we can get the next part of her companion quest. Look that up. Okay. The next part will be no. By the time we're at the next part where we can finish this, Sela will have left the party. So that's in chapter 5. So back to the Citadel, I guess. Here we are. Just go inside. Now we have to try to trigger Aru's companion quest. But before we do that, I should take a nap to get rid of that constitution damage.
If my gran could see me now, I wonder what she'd say. I wonder what put that in my head. Well, that's my night ruined now. I'm gonna hear that old hag's voice in my head all day tomorrow.
So basically the only thing that I can do is go to the table and click skip day. So I'll just pause the recording while I do that and unpause it when and if Aru shows up. Well, I can actually do it differently now. I can just do that because we have these two events that match up. So we finished the Giant's Village, and we also have the enchanting of the Branch of the Last Ash done. Word that the Branch of the Last Ash has been procured has spread far and wide. 3 groups of supplicants have come to Dresden to behold the relic. All of them are asking to conduct their rituals over it, but only one can obtain this right. This one is the one that we want. Or is it? Get a bardish no matter what. Okay, so this one... No. This one? It uses intelligence as damage instead of strength. This is the one we want. I want Thunfix to have this. He's going to have ample intelligence, so using his intelligence modifier instead of his strength modifier is not at all a bad idea. This one is also mildly good, but unlikely that we'll ever have any enemy reach 5 marks of that. Okay, decrease, rank up done, development. We can do this one. And as for these... No. Ghostly pathways. Do this one. Then see if Aru pops up, otherwise I shall just pause and jump back into the table and go back and forth for a week. Or for 5 days. Yep. So that's what we will do. An event happened. The quartermasters brought cats to Dresden so that they would keep the stores safe from rats. Smaller demons have learned to assume the form of a cat to sneak into the city and wreak havoc. Soldiers are ready to start hunting cats, but the quartermasters are against it. Let's ask the cult of Bastet for help. Sociel, remembering the cult of Bastet, poorly known in Avistan, sent a few letters to Osirion. Priestesses of the goddess of cats are willing to identify the demons and remain to care for the cats. Their knowledge of divine rituals will prove useful to the crusade. Okay, we have 2 events happening here. The arrival of the Order of the Flaming Lance, where the leader, Nistra Flamefinger, is awaiting an audience, and the fate of the Stone of Ghostly Pathways. Apparently the ring is what? Pick here, according to my notes. As for decrease... 7 days. I'm going to skip 1 more day. An enemy army has reached you and now attacks. I suspect that I have to trigger the end of the chapter, actually. Get the companion quest of Aru. issue this. That takes another 5 days, and let's have a look at this audience. Then I'll skip 5 more days, and if the quest doesn't trigger until then, we'll end the episode, and in the next one we'll go to this rundown hut location. It might be good to actually upgrade the final settlement to Bastion, so if that is more than 5 days, I'll skip more than 5 days. Hail, Knight Commander. A young woman in knight's armor doesn't walk so much as burst into the hall, striding up to you and dropping gracefully to one knee. Nistra Flamefinger at your service. Her Majesty Queen Galfrey has done me the honor of naming me the new leader of the Order of the Flaming Lance. From this moment on, I and the Order are at your disposal. What happened to the last leader of your order? Miamir the Scholar was in Kenabres, but she left the city not long before the demons attacked. She has officially been reported missing. Many people think her dead. However, if I may be allowed to speak freely, Sister's voice hardens and fury sparks in her eyes. Sister Miamir has always placed her personal curiosity above the needs of the Order. I venture that she willingly absented herself from Kenabres and is now alive and well, conducting research somewhere, having completely forgotten about the crusade. He holds out a leaflet. A portrait of a stern-looking half-elf woman printed on grey paper. That's what she looks like. If you find her, alive or dead, the Order would be grateful for the chance to pay their last respects, or to put her on trial for desertion. It's not immediately apparent, but you do recognize the face in the picture. It is the mad woman that you saw by the petrified tree near Wintersun. What does your Order do? Most Crusader orders rely on a bastion of steel and blessings from above. Reject neither, but our primary weapon is magic. Mystic spellcasters and researchers of the supernatural gather under our banner. Do you mean Miamir? I saw her near Wintersun on a cliff next to a petrified tree. Nistra's eyes narrow. So she's alive, well and absorbed in her research, as I thought. I will set off immediately, Commander, to arrest her for desertion, and I also request your presence. I didn't expect that one to trigger, actually, but that's the final quest we have here, so that's good that that one triggered. See how much we have left until 8 and 5. Okay, so we'll do that skipping in the next episode then. And but first of all, we'll head out to Wintersun and deal with Miamir. Then we'll skip the 8 days, and if Aru's companion quest hasn't triggered by those 8 days, when we have upgraded the final upgrade, then we will head down to the final location that we need to end the chapter with. For now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below the video, and I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and to see you all in the next one.